Bop! Howdy hey, this is Frakbox, and I'm here with TruBluBlur.
Long time no see.
So this is where we left off in our Let's Play of The Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess, on the Nintendo Wii?
Indeed.
Not the HD version, even though it is in widescreen. It just looks widescreen because I'm a genius. And I figured out how to do that. So we're fighting these duders. Oh!
No!
He stepped on your hands.
I pushed the wrong button. I may have fallen to my death unnecessarily.
It's okay. There's no lives in this game.
Right.
And they don't come
good.
back.
I should be good. Okay.
It's weird that they don't come back after that. You'd think that like the room would reset.
Right, yeah, it didn't.
Oh good, we freed some of those abominations.
Yay!
They're free to be in their city above the clouds where they can be far above us and away from us.
Indeed. Where was that? Is that not in this room?
Oh,
maybe it's up there.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wrong one.
Okay. Well, we've solved one problem, and oh, now we've solved another.
Oops, almost.
We're just in a world of solving problems.
Is what Link do. Or I guess it's what her do. It's very clearly telling me that I need to go.
Stealing all their money here.
Yes. They owe me for saving their lives.
Do they exist in a moneyless society? Is that why they
No,
don't
there's
care?
there's a shop down there.
Oh, there is a shop. Okay, so they're not a completely moneyless society.
Okay, so that did a thing. I don't know exactly what, but it did something. Oh, I see. Okay.
Oh, it opened up that
It turned on this fan, which I think is gonna send me up to that door.
I almost said air geyser.
I mean, you're not necessarily wrong.
I don't know if like the definition of a geyser does that require water?
I don't think so.
I think I'm curious enough about that I'm actually gonna look it up. So,
okay, what am I doing
let's see
wrong here?
Geyser definition. Let's see what Google has to say. A hot spring. Oh, okay, so it's like actually like a. It requires like it's a hot water. Okay, I guess it doesn't have to be hot. So it's a gush or burst out with great force, especially water or steam.
All right.
Okay, so it doesn't look like it excludes air. I guess. So I guess it is technically a geyser in that it doesn't say that it's not in the Google definition. And Google is our Lord and Savior.
Sigh. It certainly thinks it is.
Well, I mean, Google certainly knows everything about us, even things we don't know about ourselves.
Yeah, that's pretty true.
You can't really escape Google. And they're constantly searching for more and more information.
That's also pretty true.
I mean, this platform that this video is being viewed on is owned by Google.
Owned by Google. Yes,
so they know your search habits. They know when you were sleeping. They know when you're that is actually true. They know. So the interesting thing is about cell phone technology.
Why did I want to turn that on? Like
battery death is a thing that happens to all phones, right?
Yeah.
So one way that companies have gotten around this, especially Samsung, is most people charge their phone at night. Right.
A lot of people do.
Most people do. So I don't because I've stopped doing that.
Yeah.
I work from home, so I have a little more leeway that way. So
yeah,
I don't have the stress of like, oh, I need to make sure it's plugged in before I, But anyway, I digress. What was I saying? Right. So battery technology. They actually, if you leave your phone plugged in all night, they have a program which runs. Which keeps track of when you wake up, like when you unplug it in the morning, and it'll charge it to about 80%, like when you first plug it in, because the first 80% is fine, and then the last 20% usually is the hardest on the battery. That's the part where it gets hottest, and the heat is the thing that kills batteries, right?
For sure, yeah.
So what it'll do is it'll charge to 80% because it can do that really quickly without harming the battery too much, and then it'll just basically not charge it.
Gotcha.
Up until an hour before you wake up, normally. So it kind of keeps, or like a couple of hours before you wake up. Oh, well, okay. So that way it's not really constantly charging.
Yeah.
Because one of the other things that can really kill a battery is we're having our tech support corner right now.
Yep.
I used to work in tech support, so I kind of know these things. But one of the things, so the things that kill batteries are time. So time kills a battery.
Yeah.
Overheating, charging and recharging. So in a battery, there's an actual physical medium that the power is stored in. So if you're constantly charging the same physical part of the battery and discharging and recharging and discharging and recharging, that will degrade the battery over time. And so what a lot of phone companies have done is they also have kind of this same similar program where it'll do like a rolling charge where like you're not constantly using the same part of the battery.
Gotcha.
It'll actually it'll go from like 1 to 100% of the battery. It'll delineate it as separate sections, so you're not constantly like recharging and charging the same part of the battery over and over.
For sure.
So part of the danger of like using a phone while you're, say, like charging it is that you might actually be doing that. So if you're charging a phone and using it at the same time, you could be basically exactly what I said. So you shouldn't use your phone while charging it.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Because that will actually harm it faster than if you just charged it to full and then used it. But heat is another killer, which is where I don't really trust the fast charging.
Oh yeah.
That happens now. So supposedly a lot of phones are able to do this fast charging. Oh, you might have to stay in the stream longer.
Yeah, looks like it.
A lot of phones are able to do this fast charging.
Yes, my phone is specifically made to fast charge. If I don't do fast charge, it takes several hours to charge it.
Yeah, I specifically went into the settings and I turned off fast charging.
Oh yeah.
Just because, the faster you charge, the more heat you're going to generate. And so they've done special tricks to like make sure that it doesn't harm it as much, but you're still like, over a couple of years that does add up a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's, I don't know, like I luckily, since I work from home,
it's not a concern.
I can like, I don't have to charge my battery overnight. I don't have to worry about like, oh man, it needs to be charged. I can like charge it while I'm working and then unplug it when it finishes charging, which will definitely save the battery. And I don't need it to fast charge. So my phones tend to last a little bit longer just because, well, it's a lot of tech support stuff that you kind of like, it's hard to impart to people.
For sure.
Just because most people don't want to learn, right? And there's not really a context where it's appropriate to just kind of like flood people with this information, which is part of why I created this YouTube channel. So I could help you all save the batteries on your phones. And thus save the planet. Because the lithium, is it lithium in your phone? I think it's lithium.
I don't know. I assume so.
Pretty sure it's lithium. I guess that's gone forever.
What the heck? All right, whatever. Okay.
Because that's a rare earth metal that we are using up.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's a whole political thing I could go on with that.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's my ADD like rant for today, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not gonna work. So is this an area we've been to before?
No.
Oh. Very interesting. Oh, that's a Deku seed.
Yeah.
Okay, they just made it larger than Link's head.
I actually know when you. I don't know what happened to the item there, but when you throw the Deku seed, it breaks open and there's smaller ones inside.
Oh, okay.
It's basically just the Dekubaba's whole head.
Oh, okay, so it's more like a pod.
Yeah.
Oh, we are ultra dead.
Well then.
That's it. Like reached out and grabbed you and like pulled you along with the airstream.
Jeez.
So it should be mentioned that TruBluBlur has a bit of a voice thing going on today.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm doing most of the talking.
Fortunately, it's not terrible.
Yeah. Also, we're recording in the morning, so I'm more active than I am, after work. So I'm able to kind of just talk. But what have you been up to? Anything new over the past couple of weeks? Because we actually haven't recorded in a few weeks.
Yeah, I know. It's been a bit. Not particularly. I've just kind of been doing my thing. A lot of work.
Yeah.
Pretty boring stuff for the most part.
Yeah, same here. I think I mean, I mainly work because I work 40 hours a week. I think I don't know how long you work, but it's probably fairly similar.
Yeah, it is.
You seem like you work a lot.
Oh boy.
But I have too many interests that like my days are completely full. And I think I've mentioned this on the channel before, but I just kind of keep adding to my my busy schedule, basically.
Yeah.
So I finally, I moved back with my parents, and so I'm kind of helping them with, I'm just like paying them rent and helping out with stuff around the house, and mainly helping with the chickens. So we have chickens.
Yeah, for sure.
So I was helping out. I was kind of taking care of the chickens in the morning and the afternoon, like feeding them. And finally, I had to go to my parents, and I was like, "Look, like, I know you guys need help with the chickens and everything, but like, I can only do either the morning or the afternoon. I can't do both. I'm just too busy.
Yeah.
So pick one." And so I just, whoa, that thing almost grabbed you.
You almost got me.
Yeah. So I help out in the morning, basically. So when I wake up, because I think I'm up earlier than most of them anyway.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. So I let the chickens out, but there was one time I was letting the chickens out. It was actually a couple of days ago. And one of the chickens didn't get put in the pen apparently overnight.
Oh boy!
So when my dad went to put the chicken away, and which is an easy mistake to make.
Yeah,
There's so many chickens that it's if you're not counting, and one chicken is like hiding or something.
Dang it!
Well, I guess that chicken went along with you to just or the uku or whatever. But yeah, I came out in the morning and this chicken was just. And like with the gate, we keep them in a pen. So at night when you put the chickens away, we don't have to close the gate because there's no chickens to, there's several layers of gate basically. So the most outer layer of the gate, you don't have to close it when you put the chickens away. So that's typically what my dad does when he puts them away.
Gotcha.
And so this chicken was sitting by the gate, like in the pen, like as if it were locked in.
That's hysterical.
Like. Just sitting there looking at me, no thoughts, head empty. I was this hen, and I was like, "What are you doing out here?" And the chicken like follows me to the pen, and I mean, because it's even if they're not locked in the pen, there's still places they can go and like roost, I guess.
What?
Out there?
Why?
Okay, you might have to follow a little bit more.
The wind turned on right as I went in front of the hole. I have to time it, kinda.
But yeah, speaking of chickens, it feels appropriate right now.
Yes, it does, honestly.
So, chickens are one of the dumbest animals
That's very true.
I've ever worked with in my entire life.
That's very true.
I like they don't seem to like it's how could they? But they don't seem to understand that like if they move out of the way, I can help them faster.
Yeah.
Right? Like they want the food and they don't seem to realize that they are in the way of me getting them that food sometimes. I don't know. It's just
Oh, I may have made a mistake.
Uh-oh. I guess this is the game now.
All I can do is drop off of this thing. I definitely made a mistake. Alright, well, I'm about to die here.
So does that
I guess
was that necessary though? Was that a switch?
And I need the double claw shot.
Darn.
I wonder if that resets it. I assume it does. That would make sense to me.
It didn't reset the, well, I guess, yeah, it didn't reset the enemies, but I guess it could theoretically reset the stage. So, because we did have to backtrack quite a bit when we first started this recording session and all the traps were reset.
Yeah.
But the enemy, well, I guess the enemies were too, but.
There's just that one room.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like the door closed.
Because those were more like mini bosses. So,
yeah.
Yeah. So that makes sense that those are reset. Okay. So is this just like go down? Like,
Yeah.
Is that?
I'm thinking that's all I can do at this point.
So, like, it's a good thing there's no lives.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. Are we stuck here? Oh, no, okay, there's a way to get over there. Good.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I know, that was very close.
Very close to the edge there.
I know.
But, yeah, I've been incredibly busy. Just incredibly busy. Because, yeah, as I... Oh.
Hi.
Oh. How about that?
Thanks for the help.
I guess that makes it... Oh, because you kind of have to do that.
No!
Oh,
Okay.
That was, like, just a pixel.
I know.
Just...
Jeez.
But, yeah, because I wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy. No. I wake up in the morning.
Oh, boss.
I go let out the chickens. I make breakfast. I do my Tai Chi. I work for 8 hours. Do my Pokemon Go walking, and I listen. I kind of maximize my time even. So while I'm doing my Pokemon Go walking, I'll listen to audiobooks now on subjects that I'm interested in.
Yeah.
Or rather, subjects that I want to educate myself on. Because I've been kind of focused on educating myself on a specific subject recently that I'm not going to mention on the channel.
For sure.
But, so that's at least 1 to 2 hours of just listening to, audiobooks. This must be a boss.
It seems to be. He's making a big deal out of.
And then I do my Spanish lessons, and I may or may not eat. But yeah, with and then there's the other like aspects of life that kind of fit themselves in there, because some days we do recording, some days I need to go shopping,
of course,
some days I need to do X, Y, or Z. But yeah, I've been like focused on my health, so like I'm on the keto diet, so I'm like trying to not develop diabetes.
You're right.
His shield is a is a grab point.
It certainly is.
Okay. So we have a path to victory now.
Indeed.
Well,
come on.
Oh boy. Okay, there we go. He'd almost be better off without the shield.
Yes. Yes, he would.
But it's a good thing he... Oh, okay. Only twice? Okay, we'll probably face him later in the adventure.
No, I think he comes through the window to attack.
The fight's not over. Okay.
We're not done yet.
I thought he was running away. Okay. But no, he's a tricky, smart guy. Oh. Okay, so this enemy's actually smart.
Yes.
He's like, oh, that's not working. Let me switch it up. Oh.
That was a mistake. Okay.
Okay, so
all
now
right, we're good.
Can we grab... Okay, so what do we do now?
I gotta be faster.
You gotta get fast. You gotta go fast.
Ooh. Oh, got him. Okay.
It's funny how, like, him charging you is kind of doing the same thing as, like, you bringing, like, him to you. It just depends on the context.
Yes.
But effectively, he could have, like, if he were really that smart, he could use that momentum against you. Like, he could just, like, oh, you're bringing me to you? Let me just slash you at the end of that.
If he's on the ground, then it hurts me instead. So he kind of does that.
Ah, gotcha.
It's just that when he's in the air, he's not able to do much. I think I actually got him this time.
It's also interesting that you're able to pull him to you, given that he probably weighs more than you. Like, it's the claw shot. You'd think that it, like, you would go up towards him or something. But
it does what it needs to do in the moment. It has the power of plot convenience.
It ignores the laws of physics.
Many things do in video games.
Yes.
That's just kind of a thing.
Including how you sheathe your sword on... That's a long sword to sheath on your back. Yeah, you'd have
yes,
to, like...
it is.
You'd have to literally, like, reach up your hand and, like, grab the blade and keep shoving it down. Like, it's...
As someone who has cosplayed Link many times, yes, you have to do that.
Yeah, I think even, like, Shadiversity, like, he developed his own...
Yeah, he actually made one that works.
Yeah.
Which requires actual engineering. It's the way it's done here, it wouldn't work.
Oh, good.
Yes! I have the other one now. I can do cool things.
The world is our oyster. We can go
It's
anywhere,
honestly kinda.
do anything. Speaking of go anywhere, do anything, we should probably call the episode here.
Alrighty.
So, this is Frakbox.
This is TruBluBlur.
Have a great day.
Keep on claw-shotting fast, I guess.